Hello children, in this video we are going to see Unit 2 project cycle and the topic is modeling. At the end of this session, the students will be able to know what is a decision tree and with the example of rule-based models and common regression classification clustering models and introduced to image classification mode and also evaluation stage. In the previous module of data exploration, we explored the data we had acquired at the data acquisition stage. For the problem, we scoped in the problem scoping stage. We have visualized some trends and patterns out of the data which would help us to develop a strategy for our project. To build an AI-based project, we need to work around artificially intelligent models or algorithms. This could be done either by designing our own model or by using the pre-existing AI models. Before jumping into the modeling, let us clarify the definition of AI, ML and DL. Artificial intelligence is a technique that enables computers to mimic human intelligence, whereas machine learning enables machines to improve a task with experience. The machine here learns from the new data fed to it while testing and uses it for the next iteration. Means the computer is going to learn from the experience. It also takes into account the times when it went wrong and considers the exceptions too. Whereas coming to the deep learning enables a software to train itself to perform tasks with vast amounts of data. Since the system has got huge set of data, it is able to train itself. It is able to train itself with the help of multiple machine learning algorithms working all together to perform a specific task. These machines are intelligent enough to develop their own algorithms for themselves. As we can see in the Venn diagram, artificial intelligence is umbrella terminology which covers machine and deep learning under it. And deep learning comes under machine learning. It is a funnel type approach where there are a lot of applications of AI, but few are those which come under ML, out of which very few come under DL. That means all the deep learning models comes under machine learning. All the machine learning models will come under AI technology. But all the AI technology applications or models will not come under machine learning, and all the machine learning applications will not come under deep learning. This part, see, all the applications of machine learning, will come under artificial intelligence, but artificial intelligence models will not come under machine learning. And all the models of machine learning will not come under deep learning. In the previous module of data exploration, we have seen various types of graphical representations which can be used for representing different parameters of data. The graphical representation makes the data understandable for humans as we can consider trends and patterns out of it. But when it comes to the machine accessing and analyzing the data, it needs the data in the most basic form of numbers, which is in binary, that is 0 and 1. And when it comes to discovering patterns and trends in data, the machine goes for mathematical representation of the same. The ability to mathematically describe the relationship between parameters is the heart of every AI model. Thus, whenever we talk about developing AI model, it is a mathematical approach towards the analyzing data which we refer to. Generally, AI models are classified based on the learning based and the rule based. And the learning based again divided into machine learning and the deep learning model. Let us discuss the rule based AI model. So rule-based AI model refers to AI modeling where the relationship of patterns in data are defined by the developer. The machine follows the rules or instructions mentioned by the developer and performs it accordingly. For example, suppose you have a data set comprising of 100 images of apples and 100 images of bananas. To train your machine, you feed this data into the machine and label each image as either apple or banana. Now, if you test the machine with the image of an apple, it will compare the image with the trained data set, and according to the labels of trained images, it will identify the test image as an apple. This is known as rule-based approach. The rules are given to the machine in this example, or the labels given to the machine for each image in the training data set. Decision tree is an example of a rule-based approach. The basic structure of a decision tree starts from the root, which the point where the decision tree starts. From there, the tree diverges into multiple directions with the help of arrows called branches. These branches depict the condition because which the tree diverges. In the end, the final decision is where the tree ends. These decisions are termed as the leaves of the tree. You will realize that this looks like a upside down tree. Here in this example, the question is, am I hungry? This is the beginning point of any decision tree, that is known as a root. It then forks or diverges into two different ways or conditions, yes or no. The fork or diversions are known as the branches of the tree. The branches either lead to any condition or to a decision like go to sleep, which is known as the leaf. If you look closely at the image here, we would notice that it looks like an inverted tree with root above and the leaves below, hence the name decision tree. Decision trees are made on the basis of the data set we have and change according to the parameters which we take into consideration for modeling. Many times the data set might have redundant data, that is, some data might not hold importance while developing the decision tree. For this one needs to visualize the relation amongst all parameters given in the data and then formulate the model. There are some points to be remembered while making a decision trees. One should take a good look at the dataset given to them and try to figure out what pattern does the output leaf follow. The data set might contain redundant data, and try to remove that redundant data and find out the pattern and with parameters which affect the output directly, and should use only those while creating a decision tree. And there might be multiple decision trees which lead to the correct prediction for a single data set. So select the simplest data at the best. This is another model, that is learning based approach, where the relationship or patterns in the data are not defined by the developer. In this approach, random data is fed to the machine and it is left on the machine to figure out patterns and trends out of it. Generally, this approach is followed when the data is unlabeled and too random for human to make sense out of it. Thus, the machine looks at the data, tries to extract similar features out of it and clusters same data sets together. For example, suppose you have a data set of 1000 images of random stray dogs of your area. Now, you do not have any clue to what trend is being followed in this data set, as you don't know their breed, color or any other feature. Thus, you would put this into your learning approach based AI machine, and the machine would come up with the various pattern it has observed the features of these 1000 images. It might cluster the data on the basis of color, size, fur, tail. It might also come up with some very unusual clustering algorithm which you might not have even thought of it. Learning based approach is again divided into three types: supervised learning, unsupervised learning and reinforcement learning. Supervised learning is nothing but when we learn something through instructions, that is called supervised learning. And unsupervised learning is nothing but when we learn by observation, that is called unsupervised learning. A reinforcement learning is nothing but when we learn something from the mistakes, that is called reinforcement learning. This is an example for supervised learning. There are two types of supervised learning models. The first one is a classification, where data is classified into one of the trained classes. The model takes a separate training data, that is data and the class labels. For example, in the grading system, students are classified on the basis of grades they obtain with respect to their marks. This model works on discrete data set. It may be noted that the prediction output will be only amongst the classes in the training data. The output of a classifier is always categorical. Another supervised learning model is a regression. In this one, the same training data is used as we used in classification, but the only difference is here we are going to get the output as a continuous data, whereas in classification we got a discrete data. In other words, it tries to estimate the relationship between variables in the input data. The model learns the relationship and devises a function. Given all the features of a new data point, model can predict the value of the dependent variable. Figure shows a regression line which predicts the probability of a given image being a dog, provided the size of a snout and eye to ear distance. When the probability is very less, it means the given image is a cat, otherwise dog. This is an example of unsupervised learning model where unlabeled data is fed to the model, and based on its features and size, shape and everything, it is going to divide them into groups. Unsupervised learning model example is clustering. It takes the data and creates separate clusters. When new data point is given to it, it will place it in the corresponding cluster. The model learns the features and clusters the new data based on these features. All the data points with relatively closer features will be placed together in a cluster. Sample clustering model, which takes in photos of dogs and cats and cluster them based on features like ear shape, snout size and etc. into different clusters. Another model of unsupervised learning model is dimensionality reduction. We use dimension reduction techniques in machine learning to perform feature selection or feature extraction. With dimension reduction, we aim to find the important features that can be used for predictions. Let us say the price of a house is dependent on features like square feet, age, lot size, number of floors, number of rooms, etc. We find that number of floors has no impact on the price. We can drop this feature from the model. We find that there is correlation between square feet and number of rooms. We can drop one of these. Data dimension reductionality is a need for storage and time to perform a machine learning algorithm. It makes the algorithm more efficient and easy to visualize the model in 2D or 3D views. And the third machine learning is reinforcement learning. Here the machine learns from the mistakes. Let us watch a video how the Google DeepMind model has learned from the mistakes. Now the question arises how to choose a suitable model, that is for our kimchi crisis. First of all, predict a category and then find out whether you have a labeled data or not. If you are having a labeled data, then go for the classification, and the number of samples you have collected is less than 100k, then go for the decision tree, otherwise go for the neural networks. And if you are not having a labeled data, then go for the clustering model. Here is a scikit-learn algorithm cheat sheet which help you in choosing the model. If you are having less than 50 samples, then go and get more data. And if you are predicting a category and that is having a labeled data which is having less than 100k samples, then go for the classification model. And if you are having labeled data and more than 100k samples, then go for the clustering model. And if you are not predicting a category but you are predicting a quantity, and if you are having a less than 100k samples, then go for the regression. And if you are not predicting a quantity, just for visualization you want to view the model, then go for the dimensionality reduction. Once a model has been trained, it needs to go through proper testing so that one can calculate the efficiency and performance of the model. Hence, the model is tested with the help of testing data, which was separated out of the acquired data set at data acquisition stage, and the efficiency of the model is calculated on the basis of the parameters mentioned below, that is accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score. We'll read more about this in the coming classes. Let us conclude. In this session, we have seen what is AI, ML and DL and different models of AI, that is learning based and rule based, and supervised learning models, that is classification and regression, unsupervised learning models, clustering and dimensionality reduction, and the reinforcement learning, and how to choose a model, and at the last stage of project cycle, that is evaluation.